YouTube, Chainsaw Matt here. We're going to be reassembling a MS-661 today. MS-661-C. This is M-Tronic. This is the one that we previously tore down. This is not. Stihl says it's not warranty. Due to the scoring, it's actually an over rev failure. Not really sure what happened. It's either a super dull chain or just over revved in general. And we're going to go ahead and get it pulled apart, get the piston off of it, clean the crankcase out, pull the circlip out to begin with here. Little simple flathead tool, notch cut out of it. Just watch it because it will go flying across the room. And this one has had a lot of heat on it. May have to find another tool to get this out. Okay. Got our circlip out. Difficult, but got it. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. It's the only way you can do it.
Supposed to, but yeah, no.
No, the reason I had to do it like that is because the wrist pin got hot and was frozen in there.
Can't be hot if it's liquid.
So,
get the torch out.
Exactly. Alright. Look at how scored that is from it being stuck in there.
You hungry?
I don't know if you can see that or not on the video. Probably not. It was stuck. Needle cage bearing. We're going to reuse that. Haven't ever seen, well, other than when I took it apart. I don't know what this little thing is supposed to be for.
Air injection.
Next we're going to take our paper towel, put it down in the cylinder, or I'm sorry, crankcase. Spin it around, get some junk out of there. Look at that. Lots of gunk. Try not to use brake cleaner for the crankcase because it gets rid of all the oil that's in there. Go the other way this time. I think this is a T20. Pretty sure it's T20. Everything else should be T27. Put a little oil on the bearings. I just run a paper towel through the needle cage to get any kind of nasty gunk out of there. Alright, I'm going to stick this back in. New wrist pin. Much better than the old one. The thing was stuck in there. I usually put the wrist pin in the needle cage. Get the oil rolled around in there. Don't forget the head gasket as well. You'll get your cylinder put on and go, oh no. Oh no. Let's see. Looks like we got a little cutout there. Kind of hard to get that backwards. Alright, got our little piston block, put that in there, and I've already inserted one of the circlips. Always make sure your arrow goes towards the exhaust side. Put a little oil on this too when you put it in. This is HP Ultra Stihl 2-cycle. Are we out? I guess we need to find that one first. That's how it's supposed to go in. So much smoother. Okay. Next, we're going to put our last circlip in. Easier said than done. I actually broke the end of that one off when I was trying to remove the first one. This is all factory Stihl parts. No Chinese, no Japanese, no Koreans. Alright, got our circlip in. I typically try to spin the ends around to where you can see both of them just at the opening of the hole for installing that. Alright, next we are going to put our cylinder on. This might actually be easier if you remove the flywheel as well. This little magnet on here attracts everything, it seems like. Before I put the cylinder on, we're just going to put a little oil inside of here as well. Wipe it around. I don't typically put any on the piston or the rings. It'll pretty much grab what's on the bottom of the cylinder when it slides on. So this can be kind of difficult to get your rings centered. You got a pin there and a pin on the opposite side. There's one here. I don't know if you can see that. There's one there and there's one on the back side, intake side. For this particular one, little ring compressor, excellent tool to have. See if I can find the part number and put it in there. Compress the rings down. The magnet is messing me up. Okay. So next, before you push the cylinder all the way down, make sure you put your head bolts in, because sometimes you can't quite get to them to put them through the hole. Kind of helps line up that head gasket as well. Get your intake boot on there. Tell you, that magnet on that flywheel is a lot stronger than I thought it was. Note to self and everybody else: remove the flywheel. Alright, so typically I put these screws down close to the bottom, but I don't tighten them all the way up yet. It just helps keep your gasket straight. We're going to push our boot on. Typically use a bigger flathead for this. This makes it a little easier to pry. Alright, boot on there. Get our clamp put on the boot. I usually put the screw for the boot on this side. Don't know why. Just how I do it. I don't know how tight you're supposed to go with these. I usually go all the way to the little roller. And it should stop. Alright. Now we're going to torque our head bolts down. Just a little tip. These wrenches or T-handles, the diameter of the shaft's a little bit smaller. Most of the tools like this that your chainsaw comes with, this part's too big. Looks like this one's actually cut out for it. You have a little better grip with a T-handle though. Make sure a decompression valve's tight. I don't remember tightening that down. That did. Go ahead and stick this back on here. Key department. What is this, Home Depot? Go ahead and stick our muffler back on. Should be a little gasket for that. One thing I just noticed, you can see all the aluminum from the piston baked onto there. And I'm going to try to locate my gasket for the muffler because I don't know what I did with it. Alright, found my gasket. There's actually a metal, metal, that's aluminum. Aluminum.
Do you have a stroke?
No. So the aluminum plate goes against the cylinder, then your gasket, and then your muffler. Just like so.
Does it matter which way you put the metal plate on?
Yes. My colleague here made a very good point. Your aluminum plate has to go on just like that. It won't go on like that or like that. It gotta go like that. So you'll be able to read the Stihl part number and SD, South Dakota. Don't know what that's for. Typically, I put the screws through the muffler and then put your metal plate and gasket on. Aluminum plate and gasket on. It's just easier. And then bolt it to your head. Drill's all the way over here. 10 miles away. Gotta make sure it works. The plate looks a little wide, y'all. Alright. Torque it down. Snap. Spin your plate. And then your screws and you're all done. Alright, so I almost forgot my spring, my AV spring that goes on the handle here. I don't think I would have forgotten it long though, because this thing is extremely vibrates. We'll go ahead and put our muffler cover bolts on. Spark plug. Won't run without that.
air filter.
All right, ready to test run. All right.
First start. Shut up.
I like this saw.
Sounds like
Please subscribe. Thanks for watching.